In this video, I am going to be talking through my thought process and explaining why I am making all of the decisions that I am making in a competitive game of Dungeonborne. So normally I stick to like the casual game mode or the adventure game mode as it's called, but I'm going to play a competitive game this time. So always loot up, always aim for kind of all of the passives that you can. Just getting some bolts. I was a little bit late here. In general, you don't want to be too late. And I only have one teammate here, so I'm duo queuing. And then there's just a third random teammate here. So I'm a Death Knight. My teammate that I know is a Pyromancer, and then we have what I believe is either another fighter or another Death Knight. Not too sure. So, right off the bat, I just start whacking a couple people in the face. I think I was actually hitting my teammate a little bit there, and we do just end up killing this person. I don't think I really did a whole lot in that fight. The reason I'm showing this game in particular is because we are going to get, I think, slightly more than 30 kills, and I'm not going to die a single time. So yes, I don't think the opponents are going to be too good, but it's just going to kind of show how you're going to want to stay alive, really, as a Death Knight, which obviously in competitive is very valuable. So using a crossbow bolt where I can, that's always good to do, because you do have range with that. A lot of melee classes forget to use their crossbows, but you definitely should be. I grabbed the Panther because I had a feeling they were going to try and jump away because they were probably getting low. And now I'm like half health, so what I'm doing is I'm looking around for orbs, which do heal me because of one of my passive. So absorbing soul orbs, or whatever they're called, heals you if you have one of your passives, and also grabbing someone, I think, is the other main passive that I have on. Grabbing someone restores a little bit of soul energy as well, which is very, very, very nice. Those are the two main things I've got on. I think I might have a third passive on, but I can't quite remember what it is right now. So, Pyromancer just destroying someone right there. Reloading the crossbow, because that's always good to have. I think I try getting a crossbow shot. That doesn't work. I'm going to try and block this druid's tree. If you didn't know you could do that, now you do. Obviously not reducing all of the damage. I tried to grab that Panther to bring it away from my teammate, because I'm not too sure how they were doing, but they're actually doing pretty okay, and they still have at least half of their health. No, they still have a lot of their health, actually. So, just hop down here. I'm gonna try and kill this person. Teammate fireballs, and they're just dead. So what you'll see a lot here is we're all kind of fighting the same person in a lot of these first fights. It's probably not going to stay like that for the whole video, but in a lot of these early on fights, we're all fighting the same person, and that's obviously going to allow you to take out the enemies much, much quicker. I tried going for a fancy grab there, and now I'm just going to hit this person while my teammate shoots them with a fireball. I mark an enemy over there, because that's always going to really, really specify where the opponent is if you're making callouts to your teammates, which is obviously extremely valuable. I try getting a nice crossbow shot. Doesn't really work. I'm not really too worried about walking over that fire, and then I kind of changed my mind about it. Probably shouldn't have done that, because you want to retain as much health as you possibly can, especially if you're not like really high up. I'm on like half health right now, so maybe I don't want to go into any fights right now. Maybe I just want to kind of stay far away, which is why I'm holding out the crossbow. And now my teammate kills a couple people, so I'm very okay with just 1v1ing this person over here, because I got some soul orbs and a little bit higher on health, and I do have both of my abilities ready to go, and now I'm just full. So even without using any prayer sites or anything like that there, or any shrines I think they're called, I went from half health to full just from collecting orbs. So your passives are very, very, very powerful. And if someone dies, even if you don't kill them, if like anyone dies, you definitely want to make sure you run over those orbs, and that you're using your Q while you're doing it, so your health can so that you can get health back as well. So here, just another 1v1, trying to go for them blocks when I can. Make sure you don't hit your teammates. I hit them a little bit there. But so far, it's just going very well. Just start off with a crossbow shot when you open a door, when you see someone. Just get them a little bit low. Follow up close range. Always going to be very valuable. I'm kind of trying not to hit my teammate here, being careful of those perfect parries. And I'm going to try and get some perfect parries myself, but I don't actually get any. There's a person up here. No, it's my teammate. This guy closes the door, I think, because they're low on health and they want to use the shrine, which is in the corner. And now someone marks something. A teammate marks something. They're over there. What you want to make sure of is that you don't push people too much. You want to make sure you don't go right down to their spawn, because their immunity will still be active, and that's not going to be very good. So I think I was calling that out to my teammates there and saying to come back a little bit, because they were getting quite close to the spawn. I think I tried going for a grab there. That didn't work. I was going to help my teammates out with the person they were fighting, and then they were dead. Now this person appears out here. And if you ever, if you're ever doubting your ability, just back out from the fight and shoot a crossbow shot. I actually missed that one, but I am half health, so I'm not entirely confident in this fight. My other teammate has a little bit more health than me, so this is okay. You can see your teammate's health bars and their stats at the top of the thing. This is a panther. They just die to a fireball. I am very low at this point, so I just decide I'm going to use the shrine. Always use the shrines. The shrines are very, 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 very powerful, especially if you've recently killed like all 3 of the enemies, or if all 3 of the enemies have recently died. Use the shrines. I know a lot of people really don't think to do it, but you should definitely think to do it. You should also, if you've got like a full trio that you're like trio stacking with, trio queuing with, you should like call out who needs the shrine the most. And also there's always 2 shrines, so you can like use 2 at once if you want to. And then if you remember how long it takes to cool down, then you can like, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about your enemies using it, and then go back to it once that cooldown has run out, if you make like a mental note of when you both use one. If you want to do that, it's pretty like high level strategies, though. A lot of people are probably just solo queuing. Anyway, there's a person over here. This is going to be a simple 1v1. I'm going to press my Q. This is doing damage to them over time. They are simply blocking, so I used a charge attack to break their block. Then I just finished them off. So they didn't have very much health. I think that's a sword master, and they really just weren't able to do a whole lot in that fight. I don't know why they were blocking so much, but if you're blocking and you see someone start up a charge attack, that's when you have to hit them, because attacking them is going to prevent them from using their charge attack, assuming you attack enough times, or it's gonna delay their charge attack anyway, and you'll probably get a decent amount of damage in. So at this point, we kind of start pushing the enemies a little bit too far, and I think this is mainly because the game was going very, very, very well for us. Right now it's 29-2, so this was just going very well for us, and it's around this point where the enemies simply just start giving up. Like there's really not much that fighter is doing, and I think his other teammates are trying a little bit, but I think also that they're kind of giving up. I think they've lost a little bit of hope so far. So yeah, I definitely don't think the opponents were very good, but I thought I could still use this video as a guide, because I still didn't die. So even though I don't think my teammate realized that was an enemy, so even though maybe the opponents weren't the best, I still didn't die. I still played relatively well, getting the orbs while I can to stay at full health, using the shrines when I can to stay at full health, and all of that kind of stuff. So I just thought I would make like a pretty short video going over how you're going to want to play the Death Knight, and then you can see all of the KDs there as well. I think I didn't die. Yeah, so I didn't die in that game, and it just went pretty well. But just a few final things about what I was doing like the whole time in that game. Obviously, I was always making callouts. That's very, very, very valuable. That's always good to do. And or pinging, depending on if you're solo queuing or using voice chat or not. Pinging is also very, very, very valuable, so always do that. And also, at the start of the game, you generally have enough stuff in the chests. Like, this was the loadout I went in with, and if you look back on the beginning of the video, I don't have any of this stuff in that video. I put on all of the purple stuff that's in the chests. So as long as like you're not all the same class, you're generally going to have enough to reach all of the passives that you want to, unless it's like an insanely high passive requirement, but usually that's not the case. And I've played this game mode now with a couple of different classes. I've done a good few games as the Death Knight, as the Druid, and as the Cryomancer, and in all of those games I've had enough to get at least one, like always one, and normally like 99% of the time I'll get 2 passives I want as well. So you don't have to go in with like really good stuff. You don't have to, you know, like go to the auction tab and buy all the life on hit stuff to win games in this. You can just do it with like the base loadout you get from the chests, because they're very, very, very solid. But also, if you want to, you can bring in your own stuff, and that's probably going to be beneficial as well. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.